From the last video, we had an interesting conversation about proof using the principle of mathematical induction. Today, this video is going to be very short because we're talking about something that's a bit bleak as compared to the excellent structure of Pure.math. It's called proof by contradiction. So in mathematics, there are certain statements like prove that pi is irrational, or prove that Euler's constant 2,718281828 as it goes to infinity is an irrational decimal. Now, most of those statements, you can't assume that you can define them using some nth statement using the proof of mathematical induction, because they are either not raised to the power n or not expressed in some form of n. If you wanted to express them or prove them using proof by mathematical induction, that's a totally different story. But the easiest way to prove the irrationality or the extent to which certain statements satisfy some conditions in mathematics is using the proof of contradiction. So proof by contradiction, as the name says, or as the name suggests that you assume that the statement that you have been given is false. Then you try to prove that statement to be false. Somewhere in the particular working, if you meet that the statement is actually true, you have reached a contradiction to what you assumed in the classical first part. So let's have a conversation around two things. Let's say we want to prove that the square root of 2 is an irrational number. The first logical step in proof by mathematical contradiction is to first assume that in fact 2 is a rational, the square root of 2 rather, is a rational number. So if you are able then within your proofs to show that somewhere, somehow, the fractions that you come up with have got a cofactor, it means that that particular proof that you have come up with is not coherent rather with what you have assumed in the beginning lines. So the idea is very simple. You want to start off somewhere. You want to follow a logical chain of thought to prove the certain statement that you established in the beginning. If you reach a certain point that doesn't satisfy the statement that you gave in the beginning, you have reached a contradiction. So by virtue of that contradiction, we assume that that contradiction is to say the question is true, your assumption is false. That's proof by mathematical contradiction. Quite interesting stuff indeed. Stay knowledged, stay safe, stay blessed.